I'm really loving the conditions. I'm not used to this at all, so it's really been awesome. The snow keeps falling. You can see it's on my glasses, on my hair. Now, normally, this dress would cost a little more than $1,300, but not here. As we say in Farsi, Haruzetan Noruz, Noruzetan Piruz, Eid Shoma Mubarak. Grab yourself a sword and participate in some jousting. I am now making my way up to the face of the stone quarry. I was told the views are absolutely breathtaking. As you can see, I am out of breath. Police have blocked off this section of the road. I'm going to step out of the scene for just a second just to show you how active the scene is. You can see many police cars and also SWAT cars involved. And what are you personally excited for the festival this weekend?
I get a big kick out of just seeing all the smiling faces.
The average prom dress can cost anywhere from $300 to $600, but when you come to this prom giveaway, even a brand new dress with tags on it will be free of charge. And the owners say one thing is for certain: when you come here, you're sure to have a wonderful time. Live in Maine and well, Autriya Maneshni, 12 News. Back to you guys.
Very well done.
Okay,
That's the real deal right there. That's what...
We began with breaking news out of Broome County, where we're getting a first-hand look at body cam footage of a 2023 arrest that led to protests in our community. The video from January 1st of last year shows a Binghamton police officer, now identified as Brad Kaczynski, kneeling on Hamail Waddell's neck while arresting him after a fight as a crowd of people watched. Last night, Binghamton University students launched an encampment for the pro-Palestinian movement. We have team coverage covering these events, and 12 News' Aaron Lawler and Daniel Curran are there live now with more information. Aaron, we'll start with you. I know you've been there all morning. What can you tell us?
Where a deposit man is being charged with assault and manslaughter after the death of a toddler over the weekend.
Dozens, if not hundreds of people may soon be without a job. 12 News received numerous calls and messages from residents over the potential closure of the Spectrum call center in Vestal and concerns over layoffs.
Today marks the 2-year anniversary of the Tops Market shooting in Buffalo, carried out by an 18-year-old Broome County resident. At the Tops Market on Jefferson Avenue, officials gathered for a remembrance ceremony dedicated to the 10 individuals who lost their lives in the shooting.
And that's where Mayor Jared Cram has proposed a room occupancy tax for hotels in Binghamton. He explains this is something that already exists across the county and upstate New York. Cram says local taxpayers are not footing this bill. It is only people staying at hotels in downtown Binghamton. The Red Mill Apartments in New Berlin cut the ribbon on their new complex that has 18 units for low-income families in Chenango County. As the Black Bears championship celebration is just getting underway, 12 Sports' Zach Grady is live at Visions Veterans Memorial Arena. Zach, I see the crowd behind you. It's looking like a lot of fun. What's the atmosphere like where you are right now? We're going to go right here to Binghamton in this area, and you can see we got some cherry blossoms, lilacs, magnolias, roses, and tulips blooming at the Cutler Botanical Gardens. And you can click on this more info, which will bring up this page, and it kind of shows you the location of the place that these flowers are blooming, any more information that you want to read, and also details about the Botanic Garden. Justin Bieber has a new reason to sing Baby, 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 Ooh. The singer is going to be a father, and some of her greatest hits, they include the Bad Blood Waffle Flies and the Karma Quesadilla. I want a taste of the Karma Quesadilla. Connor is so mad at me.
Hey, you're just rubbing salt in the wound.
Okay, but it's about Tay-Tay.
Yeah. I know I ask you every time you talk about the rain, but is it going to be muggy?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
We'll start talking mugginess probably once we get into June.
Okay.
But yeah, the longer we go like this, the happier I am.
Yeah, me too.
It's very comfortable.
My hair is happy as well.
But we're getting that above average temperature just for Autriya.
Just for me. Thank you, Connor. I know that you are an enemy of the groundhog, and you predicted an early spring, and
Phil and I are beefing.
I love that we dropped that chance. That makes me very happy.
I know. Well, and
you did it, Howard.
I did.
Well, today it was an incredibly tragic scene. Only officials, some residents, and law enforcement were allowed near the homes affected on Richards Avenue. Many of the residents who were allowed back into their homes were without power. And I went around a block and spoke to locals about how they're looking to bounce back from this devastation.
It kind of pushed me forward a little bit and just stunned you. It's just like, what was that?
Saturday was just like any other day for Mike Jacobs, who decided to work in his garage, taking advantage of the calm day.
And suddenly, I heard a loud bang, like a shockwave, push me forward into the garage. And I was stunned, and I kind of came out, and I saw flames in the sky, and I walked out to the street, and I saw fire in the road, and I thought, a car just exploded on the street. And then I realized it was so much more than that.
What Jacobs heard and saw before him was a house explosion. Officials with the Otsego County Sheriff's Office say the call for the explosion came at around 5:30 p.m. on Saturday. A 60-year-old resident died as a result of the explosion.
I was, of course, in total shock, like most of the area, and worried for my customers and people I know on Richards Avenue, because there are many elderly and disabled people on that street.
A portion of Richards Avenue has been evacuated, and many are without power.
43 houses impacted as of yesterday, but as the daylight comes around and people are looking at their neighbor houses and business, they're finding broken windows.
Even with this devastation, the town is resilient, with different organizations stepping up to help those affected.
We want to let the community know right now that we are here and available to help. We don't exactly know what that looks like just yet, but we're prepared to help in any way that we can.
The explosion was also a wake-up call for town officials.
I think we need to form some task force and be ready for this again, because it can happen at any time.
Even though uncertainty still lingers in the air, Jacobs is ready to welcome back his neighbors as soon as it is safe.
Well, everybody just to get back to normal. It's a nice street to live on. We got good neighbors, and everybody's been helping each other out, and we're looking forward to resuming normal life.
The town of Oneonta will also have a member from the mobile crisis team at the town hall Wednesday, starting at 10 a.m. for anyone who needs the resource. The area is still restricted to non-affected residents, and town officials are asking the public to avoid the area if possible. Autriya Maneshni, 12 News, back to you at the desk.
It's just, after 11 years, it just doesn't really get easier to talk about the story.
It was a day that people in Owego will always remember.
I was only 11, so I didn't really quite understand like everything, but I got a call to go to the hospital that day, so. Sorry.
I ran into my sister, gave me a hug, and then her and I were allowed to go in and see him.
But unfortunately, he just didn't make it.
On January 21st, 2013, Owego Fire Captain Matthew Porcari died while battling a fire in New York Valley. The flames were so extreme that a floor gave way and he fell into the basement where most of the fire was. He fell with his partner, Daniel Gavin.
I remember looking up, and that's when I got burned. I exposed myself by looking up, and I realized I'm in the basement, and all I see is fire. I got a problem. And then I heard Matt calling for me, and I started yelling back at him, I'm over here. You know, we got separated when we fell in there. And we linked up, and I said, I'll find a way out. Just follow me. We got to find a way out. And I said, I'm going up this, follow me. And I just kept crawling and digging in, and I finally was able to get my arm hooked on the front door. And I was able to pull myself up and out. I thought he was behind me.
Now, more than a decade later, the community remembers Captain Porcari for his infectious smile, humanity, and of course, personality.
Matt was a ball of energy. Matt tired me out, keeping him from doing everything and anything all the time.
When he got a call, that's like all that was on his mind. Like it was the call or nothing.
He was going a mile a minute. He wanted to do everything he could to save life, limb, and property, and you know that's what any firefighter really is their dream to do.
Even though there is an emptiness within the community, Porcari's bravery and legacy paved the way for other firefighters in the area.
Firefighters in general work very hard, very long hours, and get nothing for it. The community needs to recognize what these people do and the sacrifice that they do for their community. And Matt gave his all.
Autriya Maneshni, 12 News, Tioga County.
How many times do you ask somebody, hey, what are you doing? Living the dream. I am. This is my dream.
For Jason Miller, opening up this bookshop was a dream 30 years in the making. After stepping away from a successful career in technology, Miller decided to grab his books and make his childhood dream of owning a bookshop come true.
The move to books was really easy for me because I've been a collector for a long time. That's how I escape the digital world and all the technology and all the hustle and bustle. I just kind of check out, dive into a book, and you just get lost.
The building was built in 1955, and it was originally operated by Frito-Lay, but Miller purchased it with a vision to create a cozy atmosphere filled with books of all genres where the community can thrive in. His vision was brought to life by help from his family.
My brother and my dad, spent countless hours here, helping me build all of this.
There are over 50,000 books in this bookstore, and the main purpose of this place is for people to come and escape from the world.
Whenever I read a book, man, it would just ground me and bring me back because I'm not doom scrolling. I'm not, just wasting massive amounts of time in the digital world. I'm just focused on myself. Books have taught me so much.
Most importantly, Miller says he's hoping the bookshop can also be a place of education for everyone, fostering the creative minds of kids, adults, and the at-risk youth in the population.
Not every kid's cut out for the soccer field. Not every kid's cut out to play baseball or football or basketball or whatever. I mean, there are tons of brilliant kids that just need an outlet. And so hopefully, we can get a lot of those people in here. We have to do these things to revitalize our community.
The bookstore opened up this week, beginning a new chapter in Miller's life. Autriya Maneshni, 12 News, Shenango County.